And what up, tunes? It's your man Mavericc. Back at it again. It's been a while. Been a little bit distracted. Please forgive me. Never mind the background's a little bit messy right now. We getting settled back in here in the upstairs portion of the studio. But yeah, like I said, been a little bit distracted. I appreciate y'all tuning in and keeping a nigga's spirits uplifted. I appreciate that. But shout out real quick to Alec Entertainment. You know what I'm saying? EMG is a label. Lucky enough, we've been blessed with a new studio and a new studio setup. So it is what it is. We're doing our thing. Shout out to Decor's Own Oil. They love you. You feel it. That's their slogan. So if you're looking for alternative medicine, holla at your boy. I can point you in the right direction. So what I wanted to do is do a couple reaction videos, man. Like I said, it's been a while. I've been itching to get back at it. Things are starting to settle down and settle in. So, let's go into the YouTube rabbit hole and see what we find today. You know, you know. And let's see what I'm gonna share with y'all today. Let's take a look at some shorts today and see what we find. I was looking at modern dating. So interesting.
Girlies in their late 20s, early 30s.
Where the sound at, though?
Unfortunately, they are working overtime instead of going out and dating because they feel they will never be attractive enough or wealthy enough for a girl ever again. They would rather check their weather app than chat with another person on Hinge. If they're not at work, they're usually at home, the gym, playing video games with friends, or fighting for democracy. You're welcome.
Hell divers.
If you're making $50,000, don't date.
What?
I'm just being for real. You're not ready to date.
Again, I'm with you when
You're not ready to date. You're not ready to date because courtship costs.
Girlies in their late 20s, early 30s.
I ain't trying to shame nobody, but I really hate when these booger wolves be talking about cats ain't making enough money and they over there looking all fucked up. Why would I want to spend my money? Let's continue.
30s. Where are we finding men?
Unfortunately, they are working overtime instead of going out and dating because they feel they will never be attractive enough or wealthy enough for a girl ever again. They would rather check their weather app than chat with another person on Hinge. If they're not at work, they're usually at home, the gym, playing video games with friends, or fighting for democracy. You're welcome.
Yo, that's realness. She was spitting nothing but straight facts right there. Wow.
If you're making $50,000, don't date.
All right, I don't even want to watch the rest of that shit. You know where I stand with that. You know what? This dude here, bro. Let's watch this.
One of the biggest complaints that we get from guys that are in the dating marketplace is the flake rate. Women plan a date with them. Oh, I'll come out with you, blah, blah, blah. And then she doesn't show up. Or she doesn't respond to text or whatever. Anytime a girl flakes on a guy, what it simply means is something better came along. And thanks to the internet, thanks to Instagram, thanks to dating apps, etc., which dating apps heavily favor women, by the way. Guys absolutely fail dating apps. Only about 5% of guys even get swiped right in the first place. Women have more abundance than ever before, and they have more options than ever before. And I don't think guys understand. We've interviewed 2,500 women now at this point on our show. And what I've come to realize is the abundance of options that modern day women have is absolutely influenced how they view the opposite gender. Most women, unfortunately, do not respect most men. Most women think most men are below them. One of the biggest complaints.
I can't say that I follow this dude, but I've heard him speak a couple of times, and I don't agree with a lot of what he says. I think social media has changed the landscape of human interaction. Both men and women have too many options. So if you set up a date with somebody, man or woman, whatever your preference is, and they flake on you, it is because they found a better option, Instagram or whatever. But the way he skews shit to make it seem like all women are horrible and fucked up, I don't like it. And I don't like the way he talk about black folks. Yeah, I'm half black myself. That's my people. So I do take offense to it. I'm a little bit biased, but this dude looking black, the way he talk about it, man, I would like to run the fade with Myron Gaines, tell you the truth. Myron, if you ever hear this, holla at me. We do it in the ring. put the equipment on and have at it. Yeah, I agree. I disagree with you to that point. To that point.
A magazine from 1958 has posted 129 ways to find a husband. Here are the top tips. Number 17, be nice to ugly men because handsome is as handsome does. Number 4.
A fisherman does not ask a fish how to catch more fish. You ask another fisherman. Bear that in mind.
40's the best. Stand in a corner and cry softly because he'll come over and ask what's wrong.
Whatever you think of the advice, it is certainly better than the list of advice that our culture would come up with. A modern list of dating tips for women would sound something like this. Number one, totally neglect your physical appearance. Body positivity means destroying your body on purpose. You go, girl. Number two, swear off having children. Make sure every man knows that if he ends up with you, his bloodline will die with him. Number three, family life is oppressive and archaic. So devote yourself fully to your employer instead. Number four, the more bitter and disdainful you are, the better. And then finally, number five, you don't need no man. So make sure men know that you don't need them.
A magazine from 1958.
And there it is. In my experience in the modern dating world, that's what women are on about. A lot of women these days, I'm not, you know what, let's not generalize, but the few experiences, because I don't like dating, to be honest. I don't go out much. The few dates that I have had, yeah, it's horrible. I just forget it. I'm not even interested anymore. A lot of women do not look at family as a blessing anymore. They look at trying to be a bad bitch, a boss bitch, and they want to make all the money, and they want you to kowtow and bow down and worship them. And I just don't feel like that's the secret to a good relationship. I think the prize in a relationship is neither the man or the woman. The prize is the relationship itself, if it were to go good. But you're not going to have that if you're trying to turn a hoe into a housewife.
What do you think us as a society could do to kind of steer young boys and Gen Z men to like a better path than this indulgent lifestyle of like using women?
Can I just interrupt you for a second? It goes both ways. What the feminists have done is like every 19-year-old boy's dream. Is that every girl is easy and accessible.
Every girl is, sorry I keep cutting the video, but every girl is easy. Every girl just wants to fuck. Every girl thinks that they're the top shelf and they run the world. So just want to open their legs and spread them, let you in and then buy. That's what dudes want, at least in our younger years. That's what we want. So I don't understand why feminists think that you winning.
And you don't have to work to go get sex. A boy should have to become a very mature, very sophisticated person to get to the point of sex. So the boy doesn't have to grow up to get what he wants anymore. For whatever reason, the way men were designed and wired, they could have sex with 9 people over 2 weeks and just like, okay, whatever. Like, it's not that big of a deal. It's completely different for young women. And so we have told young women through this hyper-feminist model, go act like men, and a lot of people end up severely depressed.
And that's the point. As a girl dad, that's not the message I give my kids. Nope, not at all.
So all that to say, we need more strong biblical men that have their act together to actually get involved in young men's lives. And women, for the love of everything holy and good, stop giving your body away to every man that wants it and save yourself for marriage.
What do you think us as a society could do?
So that's, Charlie, that's Charlie Kirk, right? Yeah, that dude, see, he spits knowledge. I don't know what these feminists these days, man. It's ridiculous. Oh, you being a hoe empowers you? Okay. In my day, we called them hood rats. And they get no respect. Let's continue.
I make $100K a year, so we're gonna be splitting the housework.
We can split the housework as long as we split the spill.
Okay, but if we have a family, you better be able to change a diaper.
I could change a diaper if you could change a tire.
Okay, but as long as you meet my emotional needs.
You'll be emotionally satisfied if I'm physically satisfied.
Well, you better be able to turn me on. Have you done therapy?
18 months, 4 breakthroughs.
Oh, don't
I'm
tease
already
me.
turned
I
off.
like to cook random recipes off of YouTube.
I love watching sports and I'll never interrupt a game.
Plan dates based off of your love language.
I never say I'm fine if I'm actually not.
I buy gifts, not just for special occasions, just to show you that I was thinking of you.
Meet me in the bathroom right now.
Can we cuddle afterward?
Ah, perfect. I make $100K a year, so we're gonna be splitting the housework.
I believe in the phrase acta non verba, actions over words. So, yeah, people, I think, when negotiating, they're going to throw out what they think you want to hear or what they know you want to hear, and actions are going to be completely different. So I wouldn't even try that shit.
This filter is actually insane. I mean, how do they do this? You want to see a catfish? Here's a catfish. I have never felt uglier. Filters today are becoming the #1 headache for men when meeting women online because you no longer know what to expect. You see a photo of a beautiful woman, but when you meet her on a date, you're surprised to find out you were deceived. She feels offended that you don't want anything with her when she is the one selling an unrealistic image. Just look at this filter. It could turn almost any woman into a supermodel.
What's the
Dark times are on the horizon for us men. This filter is actually insane.
Yeah, I wanted to see the before the filter though. Would have helped me decide that. But it used to be classic dating is a dinner and a movie or something like that. You know what the best first date is? Swimming. Take that bitch swimming. See how much of that water end up colored from the makeup. Let's see.
I think that there is an anti-dating culture at the moment.
Okay.
I think that men and women are being encouraged to be treated as adversaries, not as equals.
I think it's transactional today. I think it's easy today. Whatever is too easy to come, you devalue it. My era, you had to court. You had to have scripts. You had to build relationship. You had to follow up. We had MySpace. The last time I was single, there was MySpace. I DM'd my wife on MySpace. Eventually, we're in Palm Springs for the first time. She's single. I'm single. We go on a date. There's magic. She goes home. The next day, I take her. We go do stairs in Santa Monica. We go to church. We go to Earth Cafe in Santa Monica. Then we go to Borders. I buy her a book on our second date called 101 Questions to Ask Before You Get Engaged. On our second date, she's like, "What's this?" I said, "I'm not looking for a girlfriend. I'm looking for a wife." I'm 28 at the time. I said, "I know exactly what I want. I've already done this exercise with 3 other girls. If you want to go through it, great. You need to answer the questions. Let's meet up when you're ready and let's go through it." Week later, 6 hours at her place, one by one, each question we go through. I said, "This is somebody I can date." And by the way, it's ugly because you got to talk about everything in a book. That's not it anymore.
I think that there is an anti-dating culture at the moment.
Okay.
I think that
I kind of like that. There are cats like myself out there that's looking for something solid. I mean, come on, man, let's be adults. If a female wants a fact, of course I'm going to fact. Of course. But, of course, I'm looking for something solid. That's what's going to keep me interested.
Here is the biggest problem I see in modern dating. As you can tell, I hear a lot of stories about breakups, relationship trauma, and toxic relationships. I hear so many tragic stories about relationships ending because there's just too many options out there now. It's like women and men have found someone they are looking for, but they keep on looking. They keep looking because they don't want to put into work, the hard work to make the actual relationship work. If you've experienced this and you can relate to this, guys, please listen up. The truth is, these are the type of women that are the most lonely at the end of the day. So please know that it is not your job to keep her, and it was her choice to not stay. Here is the biggest problem I see in modern dating. As you can tell, I hear a lot of stories about breakups, relationship trauma, and toxic relationships. I hear so many tragic stories about relationships ending because there's just too many options out there now. It's like women and men have found someone they are looking for, but they keep on looking. They keep looking because they don't want to put into work, the hard work to
My bad, my phone was ringing. But yeah, that's it right there. People keep looking, both men and women keep looking, trying to find something better. But the reality is, you're not going to find a whole lot of options out there. I mean, if you're looking for something solid, yeah, it's going to be hard. If you're looking for something to fuck, you can find that easy. That's easy. That's the easy part.
This is the thing I hear from all women.
Let's do one more.
We're all the masculine men.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you, the second you meet them, you run and hide.
Because they don't want to sacrifice a part within themselves, so that would require them to show up.
Men are not willing to give up their commitment for somebody that is still committed to other things. And women need to really understand that it's not easy to be with a real man. Most women say they want a high-value alpha male. They don't. They've been trained to want men that lie to their face. And that needs to be challenged. This is the thing I hear from all women. We're all the masculine men.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you, the second you meet them, you run and hide.
Because they don't want to sacrifice a part.
All right. Hold on, Chooms. Okay. And that's the video for today, guys. So I'm going to leave it there. I got a parcel being delivered, so I got to jump off. But thanks for tuning in. Stay tuned. There's going to be more videos coming, more content. Definitely a lot of music. So we'll talk about it next time. I got to jump off for now, but I appreciate y'all.